how to make simple pepper rasam. And to go with pepper rasam, we're going to cook rice and we're going to make beetroot, simple beetroot fry, we can call it, because it's not going to have anything. So pepper rasam usually is a very simple dish taken as the last course of a meal because of the things that are in that. It helps in digestion. At times we eat it as the last meal of the day, or at times maybe it's just that, so that next day you have your system completely clean. For pepper rasam, the key ingredients are tomatoes coarsely chopped, black pepper, coriander seeds, hopefully you guys can see, 5 to 6 cloves of garlic, fenugreek seeds, cumin seeds, and a couple of red chilies. And I've added this small quantity of ajwain, which is nothing but hing. Ajwain is nothing but omam in Tamil. I don't know what's called in English, but in Hindi it's ajwain and in Tamil it's omam. Some people add it, some people don't, but it's very good because of all the other things that's going to be a part of the rasam. And the other important part is asafoetida hing, which we will add when we're actually going to cook it. So as the first step, what we're going to do is we're going to coarsely grind them. Some people actually won't grind the tomatoes and the garlic. They would just chop them and put them in the rasam. But for me, I need, it's going to be a very watery dish. It's going to be like a clear soup. Tomatoes will give it some, some mass, so-called, and it's good to have something coming when you add it with rice. You're going to eat it with rice. It's good to have something coming rather than just a clear water. So I'm going to add all these to the small mixer. A little messy. Yes. Now I'm going to mix this with tamarind. Now tamarind is going to play a very important role in this rasam, or in any rasam for that matter. I know people who make rasam without tamarind, they give it a name. I just don't like it actually. Rasam should have tamarind, and the older the tamarind is, the better the rasam is going to be. Unfortunately, here in US we can only get what we get in the stores. In our place, we actually get tamarind in bulk and we store them over a long period of time. So it gives a very good taste. But now I'm going to use the tamarind that I got from the Indian stores here. So here's the tamarind. So what I did was I added some water to the tamarind and I microwaved it. Now what this does is it softens the tamarind and it brings out the juice. So it's easy for us to mix. So I'm going to add the coarsely ground mix to a pan, and I'm going to add some water. Rasam is nothing but a clear soup. Our guys in Indian restaurants sell this as a soup. Actually, it's not a soup. You shouldn't be eating this as the first meal or the first dish. It should be the last dish, so it helps in digestion. I'm going to add tamarind juice to this. Important ingredient. It's going to give you such a good taste. So I have added coriander leaves to this mix. I'm going to add a little more water because it has to be watery. And now I'm going to add salt. Before that, I'm going to heat up the pan. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt, or I don't know, you can measure, you can put salt for your measurement. Salt is always a relative term, relative thing, you can always add it to how much ever you want. So now when the pan is heating up, I'm going to add some oil. And I'll wait for the pan to become hot. I'm going to add some mustard to saute. I'm going to add some mustard seeds, some cumin seeds, and some curry leaves, and a good quantity of hing. Hing is a major player in the rasam. The more you add, because this is what will help in your digestion. I add more. At times I feel that adding more is bad. You should always hit somewhere in the middle, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter. So we'll wait for the mustard seeds to pop. Once they pop, we're going to add this mixture. Let's give it a couple of seconds. When we're doing this, let's heat up this pan so we can make our beetroot fry. Okay, now I can hear the mustard seeds popping. I'm going to add this. You're going to add water to salt, so be very, very careful and make it fast. Add some water. So there is a trick to know when the rasam is cooked. Because if you boil it so much, or the rasam is done, when you boil it so much, it might actually not taste so good. Like you might not be able to appreciate all the flavors. And when it's not cooked so much, it's just like plain water. So there's a good way of knowing how to cook, how to know for sure that the rasam is done. So as your edges will actually show the bubbles, and once the bubbles, when you actually start with the first step, your edges won't have bubbles. Only the center part will have the mush, and on the sides it will be just clear water. And it actually starts cooking up, the edges will start having bubbles. And that's the time you know that you have to move it aside and the rasam is done. I'm going to move my oil pan that's already hot, and I'm going to add mustard seeds, and I'm going to add cumin seeds. Cumin and mustard are very, they give a very good taste. And I'm going to add some curry leaves, and I'm going to add red chilies. Now red chilies and beetroot go a long way. I like red chilies. So now they're done. I'm going to add, before they burn, I'm going to add the beetroot. Add the right amount of salt to the dish. Beetroot has a little sweetish flavor, and the red chilies give a very good heat. And the curry leaves and the oil and the cumin seeds and the mustard, all of them come into a good flavor, and I just love this way of cooking beetroot. It'll be even more tasty if you add coconut to this, but my wife doesn't like beetroot and coconut. She feels it's too, she doesn't like coconut in this form, so we don't add it. But anyways, this by itself is a very good dish, and this with boiled rice and rasam makes a very good dinner. I always cook rice in a different way, which I'll show you on a different show, how to make healthy rice, simple. But for now, I think we're done. You're not covered for 5 to 10 minutes, and you could have an awesome beetroot fry with rasam and boiled rice. See you guys again. Have a good day.